Do you or your child struggle with reversing letters B and D? Keep listening. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Cole. I'm a certified dyslexia intervention teacher, and I'm here to guide you in teaching reading and spelling, both at home and in school. Here I won't show how to teach B and D for the very first time, but rather to take stock of how the letters are being formed and check and see if we can do something to avoid reversals. B and D in printed English look very, very similar. They're mirror images of one another, more or less, depending on how you form them. So a lot of my students who struggle with reversing B and D tend to start at the top for both. If you're starting both letters from the top, right, top of the line, you'll come straight down and then you're like, well, do I go left or do I go right? Rather than starting at the top just for B, taking their pencil down and then forming the round part, they will start at the top for D as well. And when they get down to the bottom to figure out which side to do the round part, they don't know which way to go. The way to fix this is the starting point for the letter. Now that's what takes us into our bat and ball analogy. For our B, that means reinforcing top to bottom, left to right. We start at the top, we do the bat first, followed by the ball. B says B, bat and ball. Now for D, we have drum and drumstick. D says D, drum and drumstick. D formation starts at the midline, just like an A. But after forming the round part, rather than stopping at the midline again, the pencil proceeds right up to the top, before tracing down again to complete the letter in one smooth motion. Here we are again, bat and ball and drumstick right next to each other. I'll also demonstrate on the whiteboard. Again, the difference in formation is where we start. For B, and we're going to use our bat and ball analogy, we're going to first draw the bat, followed by the ball. Always moving from left to right in English. If we were doing another language that read from right to left, then we would be focusing on that. We always want to be reinforcing your direction of left to right. When it comes to D, we're no longer going to start at the top. We're going to start right here in the middle. And first we're going to draw our drum, followed by our drumstick. Left to right. So depending on where we start from, be it at the top or be it here in the middle, that will dictate always, as long as we're moving from left to right and either doing your bat followed by your ball or your drum followed by your drumstick, then we won't get confused on the letter formation of each. Same goes for when you're reading them. You might be reading something out loud, you arrive at a word with a B or a D or possibly both. All you have to do is always look from left to right. What comes first? Is it the stick? Is it the bat that comes first? Or is it the drum that comes first? This helps a lot of people. Now, I absolutely love handwriting paper. I love the line at the top, line at the bottom, dotted middle line in the middle, so that we can figure out what is the correct letter formation and really work on uniformity, muscle memory, and being able to write something that we can actually read and go back to. When I'm first introducing B and D, or possibly introducing the differentiation between bat and ball and drumstick with students, they'll often make a little poster. And when they do, they then have that to either hang up or put in their binder or just have somewhere nearby as a reference point. I have somebody who takes that out pretty much every time she needs to write one. That's where she's at in her journey. But it's a tool. So anything you can do to either help your child or keep in mind for yourself, definitely do it. Please let me know if you have any questions.